and or to the channel. Trucker Rod here, and as you can see, I'm home and working the yard and the driveway. So let's see. There's the turnaround. Show you my little guys here. Where'd they go? There's the first one. And there's the other one, the little skull boy. Hey, Nacho. That's Nacho. Hello there, buddy. All right. And this is Benny. He's my boy. So we're getting ready to dig out the rest of the backyard. But they came out, get a little potty break. So anyhow, I took the tape measure out there. The wife has already cleared this once earlier this week, but as you can see, that's 8 inches there. That's somewhere in the middle of the week. But as you can see, this deck is 24 inch, well, just over 20 inches off the ground. So that's where I got my snow pile. Actually, all my snow piles are, that's thigh high, and that's a chest high there for me. I'm 5'7". That's all waist high. That's all waist high. So what we're gonna do is just I gotta shovel the backyard so she can get to the bird feeders, and those little wiener dogs, they want more room in this. So he was already, the Nacho, they want to get out. They like to run around out here and that, so they need to stretch their legs. So I open this up and give them a little bit of pet paladiso palace out here, even though it is cold. Had to salt all that door entry. It's dripping off the roof. So what we're doing here, I got home last night after 8 o'clock. I had to get that big boy out. 2-stage snowblower. I made a good deal on that snowblower. Good friend of mine that owns a business, a former Sears independent store, bought a $1,200 snowblower. He sold it brand new in the box. Needed to be assembled for $400. So we did well. And I couldn't get the driveway last night. So actually, we're gonna get the salt and salt this. The wife don't slip. But you can see here down the path, I cut it with the snowblower. So, and I just went and scraped. We had another 1/4 inch of snow this morning. So I just scraped everything with the shovel. But yeah, that's chest high on me. And this is all waist high on me. So, and as you can see, I've got a good foot of snow on the roof. So all the icicles, and it was nearly -20 earlier this week for her. So, but yeah, let's get some salt. We'll salt this entryway. She don't slip. Figure get you out there and join along. My better half's gonna moderate and check the comments if you have any comments or questions. We are out between Grand Rapids and Holland, Michigan. So we are, and I go through this stuff. We buy it in 5-gallon pails of rock salt. And wouldn't you know, loosen it up. This stuff here is pet friendly because of the dogs. Everything we do, if it's lawn treatment, everything's got to be pet friendly. Now if this busts up later, I'll come out. I got a steel edge shovel. I'll knock that out. First cup of coffee, second cup of coffee. And then I got my heater on out here. Of course, the controller on the wall. But with the heat in the garage, if it's 20 and above, I run it at 45. If it gets between 0 and 20, I run it at 50. And once it gets below 0, we bump it up to 55. I just have products and stuff out here and I want froze. So but sunglasses, because the snow gets pretty bright and I'm squinting by the end there. But I figured I'd just prop you guys up. If you have any questions, pop them out as we're live streaming here. And please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, trying to facilitate the growth of the channel, and obviously get it out in the algorithm. When you comment and like, it helps for the recommendations, and YouTube recognizes that, and then it pushes it out for more people to see. So I had a good run. I got done in Lexington, Kentucky yesterday. I stayed at the Loves there in Richmond, Kentucky. Popped into Lexington. They got me in right away. Got on the road, and I had blue skies and everything was good up until I got to Muncie, Indiana, is when I got into the flurries and some snowfall. And at the exit 255, which was State Highway 26, I got to there and the highway was shut down. They were diverting everyone off. So either you had to take 26 across, I think over towards Warren, or east or west. I took the west and went across and got on 31, went up and dropped in towards Kokomo, Indiana, and ran that north. But at the 259, they had a fatality, and southbound was saying on the CB that there was rollovers. It looked like they had a rotator and another big tow truck out there trying to pluck a truck off its side. So once I got diverted off, and get you guys out here farther. So diverted off, went over to 31, figured I'll just bring that up to South Bend and 196, because another southbound driver was saying he just delivered earlier in Plainwell, Michigan, and 94 and 131 was a turd show, to say the least, of snow and traffic and accidents. So I got on 31. I couldn't even gone 10 minutes up the road, and another rotator was out there plucking another semi out of the right shoulder. For some reason, he went straight into the ditch. I don't know why. So it's left to be seen as, why am I seeing more trucks ditched now than I did even in the era when I grew up with cab overs, shorter wheelbase trucks. And I don't know, it seems like I see way more trucks ditched, laying on their sides. And me and a few of the veteran drivers are saying it's got to be the mindset and the way this young generation of drivers look at things. But also, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I do believe it's the training they get, but also the IT in that truck. These trucks got so much IT that it takes the feel of the road under the tires away from the driver. Any more than like these Tesla cars that you got the self-piloting in that. And it's like just taking a semi-truck, putting it on cruise control and sitting back, other than keeping a couple one hand on the steering wheel. You just entrust that the computer is going to correct and adjust for all the inclement weather. And I just, by the time the truck cannot compensate itself through the IT, the driver overreacts and knee jerks, and the truck's there ditched on its side. what have you. And I just think it's a piss poor system. I'm not a fan of it. I think even with the vehicles, whether you got high winds, rain, where you're hydroplaning to the snow and ice, I really think these vehicles need to be put back in the hands of the drivers and quit coddling and allowing these people that are it's boring, I don't like to drive, then fine, don't. Pay someone to drive you or take a bus, get on a plane. But for the most part, there's way too many accidents. People need to slow down. They need to get off their cell phones, get them out of their hands. I see the truck drivers and I see every car go by in a whiteout blizzard, and they're clinching to that cell phone. And if there was something I could say to the new transportation secretary is these electronic devices like this, cell phones, they need to be banned, outlawed. If they're not locked, and I mean locked, not just laying in the cup holder, not just laying on the self charger in the car, but they have to be on a lockdown to where you cannot put them in your hand. And that would be a suggestion. And I'm thinking about that, just emailing and putting that suggestion there. And I just think I'm looking out for myself. I don't want someone knee jerking and over, spinning out and hitting me, whether I'm in the truck or in my personal vehicle. Nor do I want any of my family members. So that's my take for today. I got home. I had a rough week. We found solutions to problems with the broken windshield, got it fixed, got on the road. I still got back, and I still had roughly around 4 or 5 hours of my logs left. So work said they didn't need me in the warehouse today, but they were going to send out one box truck to help with one route. If that route had been to a level where they had to put it in a tractor trailer, I think that would have been a different discussion. So anyhow, I'm just going to set you guys up. You can just chill out. And please, while I'm out here shoveling in the backyard, if you got questions, anything about it, like I said, my other half's going to be in the chat. She will try to answer them or at least bring them to my attention. So thank you for dropping in and viewing the channel. I set a thing up here on my garden stand and get this plugged in. So yeah, I was out in the front with the snowblower till 10 o'clock last night digging the driveway out because my car there would not have gotten into the driveway. So got that done. So I got to get this backyard done. Then I'm done for the day. I'm not traveling, going anywhere. I'm just going to get in the house. I've got some chores in the house I want to get done. And relax the rest of the day. Maybe wife and I will make a nice dinner together. We haven't decided yet, but I think tomorrow's going to be lasagna. She's got this famous lasagna she makes, and I think I have to go to the grocery store to get the supplies. But I'm off today. It's Friday, so I got a couple days here at home, so I take it and enjoy it with her. I always try to cook for her in the morning, afternoon, and she always does the big dinner meal for the afternoon, evening. And we do share responsibilities. Just because I'm on the road and I'm gone 5-6 days a week doesn't excuse me to come home and say I've done my obligation and everything else is on her. I know what needs to be done on my behalf, and she knows that like this here, she cleared a path for the dogs, but only to the extent of what she can do. She's here alone. I don't need her falling down, getting hurt, or anything like that. So, but I am going to open up the backyard, give the dogs more runway space, and allow her to be safely to get out to the bird feeders. But yeah, even though I'm in the truck and I'm lifting heavy product, I still got obligations here at home. So there's no time to sit around, watch TV. I don't do that. I don't watch sports. We don't spend money on entertainment to go out. If we got discretionary money anymore, The majority of it goes into paying bills, and the rest goes in our investments. One day when we're older and I'm still live streaming, then you'll get to see us go out and have fun and play. But until then, this is where we're at. Grab the shovel here. You can see nearly a 60-year-old man out here grunting. I don't know what the temp is, so if my better half would put the temp in the comments, what I'm out here doing right now at the temperature. I think it's in the teens. Yeah, I would have done the GoPro, but I don't think that GoPro would have handled. It'd probably overheat staying on for a period of time. Also, I got a ride along. That's the other thing I got to do today. I got to edit the ride along. You guys are really going to love that, and I'll probably get that edited today. Scheduled to drop tomorrow. And no, I do not love the snow. As a kid, I did. Grew up on Arctic Cat snowmobiles. Had all the blasts, but when you're looking later in life, I'd love to be in Arizona. Right now, my job is doing Superior and well, especially in a market when most trucking companies are hurting. I'm getting very blessed. So the house is nearly paid off. We're sitting good. So as long as my house is going to let me, I'm going to keep driving and keep pulling the cash flow in. So yeah, I got to tolerate this. Things you do when you marry a woman that comes with a wiener dog. Building up the perimeter with these snow banks, we can let the dogs off without using leashes till spring. When those snow banks come down, the big boy, he'll take off out in the woods after squirrels and rabbits. So for now, this is actually very convenient and nice. 25 years ago, I owned a Chow Chow, and when I'd be out shoveling like this, that dog would just splay right out and enjoy this. But he'd always come up when I'd pick the shovel up to throw the snow. He'd grab the shovel right by the tip and carry it through the yard. He was a big boy, but he would always take off with the shovel to get me to come out and play. So different mindset going from that dog to having wiener dogs that they definitely seem to be very demanding dogs. Once I get the snow removed, what we'll see with the bird feeders, we'll get them topped off today after I'm done. We'll have a lot of birds down here on the ground, but right now we're very limited. It's cold, but they've got nowhere other than on the feeders and land. But this backyard, we could get 3-4 dozen birds just hovering around down on the ground at one time. It's a beautiful sight to see when you're sitting in from the house. So that's the other thing I do. It's not only for the dogs, but it gives my wife a nice way to sit and relax and enjoy nature. She last week got to see, I think, a deer and fawn come up and feed off the ground where the bird seed was. So they came up out of the woods, and we had a windmill over there, but the bearing went out and flung the blade, so I've got to get a new windmill. But for the most part, I try to make this very relaxing and sanctuary for her, for everything she's gone through with all of her medical. But yeah, it's gonna get deeper now. I can see she scraped some of this out, but it's going to get deeper as I go this way. But I'm trying to get that wall built up back there so my dog doesn't jump and try to run. He did a couple years ago, and then he got high centered out there and stuck in the snow. So I may keep you guys on for a little bit, and so I'll keep going here. It shouldn't take me much longer. I'm close to at the halfway point. So I just thought kick on the live stream. I know it's kind of boring to watch me shovel, but I thought, hey, if you're not doing anything, chime in the chat, throw a comment in about your favorite pet, you know, what you do for them at home. Let me get you guys turned that way as I'm working my way this way into that corner. So just comment, say hi, where you're from, and what the weather's like where you're at. I did snow blow this one year, but it tore my grass up for me to have to fix in the spring. So we just use a plastic edge shovel. I got a steel edge shovel to get the ice and the packed snow on the driveway. But that's that way I don't ruin my lawn. Yeah, my guy Benny, I'll get the back end there all built up. He's gonna go out. He's gonna sniff and look for a weakness in the perimeter because he thinks he can escape from Alcatraz. Every year I do this, even though I've got an exercise physiology degree. No chest pain, no short of breath, so this is my stress test. Saves me the seeing the cardiologist. Make the first pass to chisel this stuff loose. Come back. That way. Shit's thicker than I thought. Wee doggy. One of the other reasons, bring you guys down this way, turn you, slide you up. With the bird feeders, if I don't take the snow down around the perimeter, at least a 5-foot circle, that snow is giving more elevation for the squirrels. They'll be able to be up higher, and then they can jump up and get on the feeders. So I always got to keep that area at least clear. That's a pain in the butt. They say for every inch of snow, or I'm sorry, for every inch of rain is equivalent to 1 foot of snow. So, yeah, we probably got about 1.5 inches of rain this last week, which comes in the form of white death. But as you saw, I put the rock salt down. Rule of thumb with the rock salt, it is ineffective. It becomes way more ineffective below 20 degrees, but once you get around 10 degrees and below, don't even throw it out there. All it's going to do is melt and refreeze and make it even slippier. So, and I have heat tape up on my roof here because the peak kind of flattens out some. So I've got 120 feet of heat tape, but because it's cold today and the sun's not really out, I don't turn it on. But once it starts melting, I have to get it on because it'll build an ice dam down at the soffits, and I've had water start pooling back up on the roof and bleeding in through the shingles. So the heat tape is concentrated. I got it zigzagged, and then it's very close together on the zigzags on the width of it. But as I go up the roof, then I spread them out. I want to be able to melt the ice dam, so the water, when it melts, it'll just run right off the edge. And we get some huge icicles here that nearly touch the ground when it's going really good. So that's a good foot of snow there that I'm working on. Doggy. See how y'all are doing up here. Turn you a little bit this way. We're almost there. I'll be glad to be inside. Banks are getting taller. I'm gonna move you here. What I noticed is the birds are chirping more. They're up in the trees, and they're getting a little more rambunctious to get down here. So opening this up is also going to get the birds in here. And then after I'm done, I'll get the feeder stopped off, if you stick around long enough, just watch how they start migrating in here because I got that snow off the ground. Fresh ground, those birds will be picking for anything. One bird feeder down. All right, get the other half done and we're done. Well, that's it. Backyard's done. I appreciate everyone that's dropped in. Gloves put down here. Get it turned around here. Come on, you. So, yeah, this is all waist high, but this is almost like chest high here. But now we can get up to the feeders. So we were on a corn, black oil seed, white and red millet, and then the suet cakes. And then I will transfer one of the suet cakes over on that one during the summer, and we hang our Oreo feeder up there. Of course, the bird bath. the squirrel rolls, the nut rolls for the squirrels go on there, but I think we're out. So I'm gonna top off these. What I normally do is I just empty one into the other. I kind of just go back and forth and make sure I get any of the stuff on the bottom that's caked, frozen, or getting moldy, and just get it out of there, and I'll just dump it on the ground for all of them to pick at. So, but like all these trees, the squirrels, they'll sit up there in this apple tree here. They'll get up there and come down. So right now, once I get these filled, I'd say within an hour or two, this thing's going to be rocking. They're already they're staging up here in the trees. I can hear them. I can hear them chirping all through the trees. It's getting more concentrated. So, and there's one on the suet now. But yeah. So now that I got the ground cleared, there's a lot of feed down on the ground, plus in the snow. So they're gonna get up here and start picking at it. So I'm gonna get these topped off and get in. I want to make us some breakfast and get my day started inside. Obviously, I did all I wanted to do out here. As you can see, you can't get much done. So like my deck, yeah, so that's my AC there. I got the cover on it. So that's already about a foot of snow up there and about 18 inches down in here. That's just stuff that's either accumulated, melted, accumulated. It's nothing we've touched or shoveled. I don't shovel the deck off. I used to, but now that I've got the skirting on there when I rebuilt the deck, I leave it on there as a blanket. It helps. All that snow around the base, it just helps with the wind coming in, gives it more of a barrier down in the crawl space for insulation. So I just be mindful of that and don't disturb the snow. The only time I had to rake the roof one time, and it was almost like 18 to 20 inches of snow up there, and I did pull it down enough where I was standing on a 6-foot ladder. So by the time I scraped it down, it was nearly to the top of the 6-foot ladder. I had so much snow up there. But it hasn't been necessary for the last few winters. So, and then of course our shed. I am so happy we got that done in October. But you can see there, the snow, like I said, this deck is just over 20 inches off the ground from top to the grass. So, as you can see there, and then all that up there. But, and then of course the icicles. Because of the garage, it's warm. I got the garage the garage was framed in, so we walled it and insulated it, ceiling. It's all R19 in there. So, and then this is insulated on the walls, but not the ceiling, because that my ceiling in there to the peak was very little. I couldn't get any insulation in it. And so I just left the breezeway just with the boards up there with the can lights. I just had enough room to get the can lights up there without hitting the roof boards. So anyhow, that's me. That's life in times when you're not driving truck. That's the life. You come home, your obligations pick up from there on your personal time. There's no excuse that, yeah, you've been out on the road and you don't need to get anything done, but there's still chores at home that face me when I walk in the door. I can sit around and talk about it and point fingers, or I usually just toss, and my wife will attest to this, I'll toss my bag right in the door in the summertime, get on the mower while I still am dirty, sweaty, and got my work clothes on. I'll come out and mow the lawn. Then I'll go in and get a shower and all that. But that's what I'm going to do now is make some brunch and take a shower and just fiddle around in the house and enjoy my time with the dogs and the wife. And so I appreciate y'all that have made it through this live stream. Didn't plan on it being this long, but just if you just want to pick through pieces of it, that's great. Thank you for being a subscriber. And I saw we picked up a new subscriber this week. And anything to further our channel and grow it, like, share, and subscribe. So until next time, stay safe, folks. Continue educating yourself, reading, because knowledge is learned and not taught. We'll see you in the next video.